My brothers and sisters, is belonging to a parish more like having a Costco membership or belonging to a family? Now, lest there's any confusion, I don't have a Costco membership. No, I use other friends to do that for me. But the fact is that Costco's or any kind of major large supermarket, Hy-Vee, Nolan's down the street, whatever it is, they're wonderful because you can come and go as you please. Even now, in this era of COVID-19, you can come and go as you please. And you can take what you want. You can also take what you need, but you can also take what you want, unless, of course, you're looking for toilet paper, but that's a different story altogether. We come and go, and we take what we want, we pay for our services, and we leave. And then we come back, and we get what we want, and we leave. Now, brothers and sisters, a family's very different, isn't it? At least my family's very different. You can't just take them or leave them. And I say that acknowledging that it's possible that some of my family members are actually watching this video. You can't just take them or leave them. We're all in this together. We are bound together. And we have obligations to one another. We are bound to look out for one another. I bring up this distinction between imagining parish life as a supermarket or a exercise place or any other shop where you can kind of go and get what you want and then leave, and a family, because in today's today's first reading, the early Christian disciples and the early Christian parishes are shown to be families. They look out for one another. They are providing for not only the spiritual needs of their brothers and sisters, but the physical, material needs. There's an acknowledgement that we're all in this together. We are going to help one another. We are bound together. That in a very real way, the waters of baptism, that water is thicker than even natural blood. My obligation is now not only to my own physical family, it is to the wider parish to which I belong. Brothers and sisters, one of the real challenges of this current COVID-19 era, and there are many, but in terms of spiritual pastoral practice, is that we can continue to be affirmed in a sense of parish life that is basically like Costco or Hy-Vee or Nolan's. You tune in when you want. You receive from the parish community what we want when we need it, from even the comfort of our own bed, maybe in our PJs. I'm not shaming anybody, nobody. But there is a sense that this is pretty convenient. As painful as it can be, and maybe it's become less painful as we've gone on, much to our shame. But again, our contact with the parish is largely by our own choice. We choose to tune in, we choose not to. We watch whatever, on our Transfiguration YouTube page we want to. We come to adoration when we can. Now, again, do not misunderstand me. I'm not faulting anybody. This is simply the era in which we live. But what I am saying is that these habits, this way of being, can exacerbate already big problems. And the big problem, it's a philosophical and theological problem, is what is it to belong to a parish? Is it fundamentally to get what I need? To get what I need when I want, how I want it? Or is it more like a family with obligations, with duties, with rights, with a structure, with order, and with problems? Again, I got to tell you, 9 times out of 10, I probably would rather go to Costco than spend time with people that I love. Now, hear me out here. Hear me out. Because people bring with them their own stuff, with their own personalities, their own assumptions, their own background. Costco, or Hy-Vee, or Nolan's, I can go in, grab my eggs, grab my stuff, and leave. I don't even have to look you in the eye. But a family's much more awkward. A family is much more, frankly, in some sense, dangerous, because it's going to require something of us. Brothers and sisters, when all of this ends, when COVID-19 comes to a merciful conclusion and we're able to join again together in the flesh here, I urge us all to strive to fight against the tendency to think of parish life as primarily another place where we get consumer goods, where we go to get what we want, how we want it, when we want it. And to think more about parish life as it actually is, a family. Truth to tell, it's really the diocese that is our family, but we know that our diocese is so ginormous that it's been divided up into individual parishes, which brings with it kind of interesting questions about how big is too big for a parish, or how small is too small for a parish. But again, that's a subject not for a homily, but for a talk. But we must think of and open our eyes to the fact that, no, this is a family. This is a family with all of the dynamics of family life. Let us pray for the grace to be a family, to contribute not only to the spiritual well-being of our brothers and sisters, but yes, to their material needs. Let us remember that we are our brother and our sister's keeper, that to belong to a parish brings with it demands, and demands that can be hard, that can be inconvenient, but that when lived well can be beautiful and liberating and powerful, and exactly what the world needs. Because let me tell you, the world doesn't need more markets of convenience. The world needs more contact, more family, more relationships. Let us pray for the grace to be what we are, a family of faith in all of its messiness, and thus be a light to the world.